Welcome and study with Tanzania Institute of Education.
Welcome, dear Form 4 students in our beloved subject, biology. My name is Madam Consolata Blas. Our today's topic is evolution and subtopic evidence of evolution. Evidence of evolution. Why do we need to understand, to learn about evidence of evolution? There is a need of learn the evidence of evolution because it shows how evolution has taken place and how evolution is still taking place till to date. These evidences are obtained from different branches of science. We have different studies concerning science, especially biology. For example, we have anatomy, we have morphology, we have paleontology. Under these studies, let's first learn about the evidence known as comparative anatomy. The first evidence is comparative anatomy. First evidence, comparative anatomy. In comparative anatomy, scientists look at how similar body structure in different organisms perform their functions. In comparative anatomy, scientists, based on looking at how similar structures in different organisms performs their functions. Taking an example, the forelimbs. The forelimbs of human being, the forelimbs of goat, the forelimb of horse, and the forelimb of the bird. The wing. Wing is the forelimb of birds. The structure of these bones, which form the forelimb of goat, forelimb of hen, forelimb of human being, looks alike. They contain all bones which you know. They have humerus, they have radius, they have ulna. All bones are there in all organisms. Even birds has ulna. Even you have ulna. Goat also possess ulna. The structure and the formation of those internal bones looks alike also in composition, but they perform different functions, though they have similar structure. Taking example of your forelimb. Your forelimb is used to manipulate. Like mine here, I use my forelimb to give you some explanation. The forelimb of bird is used for flying. Birds use their forelimbs to fly. And the forelimb of goat is used in walking. They use their forelimb in walking. But all forelimbs of different organisms, which we have already mentioned here, they have same composition, they have same structure, but perform different function. The collective terminology, which used to explain the possession of similar body structures and performing different function, is called homologous structure. Homologous structure. Homologous structure, a terminology which is used to explain the possession of similar structure in different organisms. But those similar structures perform different functions. Through this, it shows that the said organisms originated from a common ancestor. In another category, we have the so-called analogous structure. Yes, analogous structure. We have homologous structure, and also we have analogous structure. The homologous structure, similar structure. The analogous structure, different structure, similar structure. And here, different structure, different structure. In analogous, when we say different structure in different organisms, but those structure perform similar function. For example, the wings of butterfly and the wings of bird. Wings of butterfly and the wings of bird. Those wings help these organisms to fly, but they have different structures. Wings of bird has bones, but those of butterfly, they do not have bones. They have feathers, other they do not have feathers. And even when you are looking at them, they are completely different. But they help these organisms to perform similar function. This is called analogous structure. That is the evidence number 1. Evidence number 2 is comparative embryology. Comparative embryology. The branch of science here is embryology, the study of prenatal development of gametes, fertilization, and embryo till the development of the fetus is called embryology. Now, through embryology, the second evidence developed, comparative embryology. This is the second evidence of evolution, comparative embryology. In comparative embryology, in some species of vertebrates, their embryo looks alike. They have some common appearance in such a way that one may not differentiate those embryos. As we know, after fertilization, next is the formation of the organisms which will undergo different stages of development until we get the full organism. Now, among the development of the organism, there is a stage called the embryo. Now, it is difficult for someone to differentiate the embryo of hen, the embryo of human being, the embryo of fish, and the embryo of other vertebrates because they have common appearance. They have common appearance. The way you see the embryo of hen looks similar with the embryo of fish, at the same time looks similar with the embryo of human being. If you don't know if this is fish or hen or human being, you can't differentiate them because they look alike. Through that point now, scientists came up with the conclusion that when you see organisms at embryonic stage looks alike, it implies that these organisms has originated from common ancestor. That was the evidence based on embryonic stage of organism. Evidence number 2. Now, let's click on evidence number 3. Evidence number 3 is based on paleontology, the evidence known as fossil records. Yes, fossil record. Evidence number 3 it is about fossil records. Fossil records. Fossil records. In fossil record, a group of scientists which study about fossil, the remains of organisms, the remains of animals, the remains of plants, which are found in sedimentary rocks, is called paleontology. Now, those people who are learning are called paleontologists. The study of remaining organisms. These remains organisms are found in sedimentary rocks. From the definition of sedimentary rock, from the geography point of view, it is formed of different stratas. There are several layers accumulated over a certain period of time. And these layers form the so-called sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock. This sedimentary rock has different layers. Has the first layer, second layer, and the other layers. Now, these layers contains different materials which were either transported from one point of the land to another point of the land. Now, the organisms, the remains of organisms, for example, skeletons, teeth, hard bones of the skull, are found in the lower strata. When they are found in the lower strata, the paleontologists came up with the conclusion, the idea, the explanation that the organisms which are found in the lowest strata has some primitive characteristics. Which shows that they are either having some extra body structure, huge body structure, or some fewer body structure, small in size, and different aspects. But they have similar structure with the organisms which were found in the upper strata. In the upper strata, those organisms that were found in the upper strata, they show some advanced characteristics which are different from the primitive characteristics. So the lower layers comprises remains of organisms with the primitive characteristics, while the upper stratas comprises remains of organisms with the advanced characteristics, advanced features. And these with advantage characteristics, those with advanced characteristics looks similar with the today's organisms. Looks similar with the today's organisms. This now gives us an evidence that these organisms perhaps have originated from common ancestors because they have some common features which were either improving from primitive stage, advanced stage, till the today's organisms. That is evidence number 3, the fossil record, the paleontology evidence. Evidence number 4 is the evidence of comparative. Evidence number 4 is the evidence comparative morphology. Comparative morphology. What is morphology? a branch of science which deals with the study of external structure of an organism. A branch of science which deals with the study of external structure of an organism is morphology. Now, the evidence is called comparative morphology. Comparative morphology. Under comparative morphology, this study of external structure of an organism shows that the basic structure of different flowering plants are common. Flowering plants have sepals, flowering plants have stigma, flowering plants has style. They have those structure which are common to all flowering plants, though they may be positioned into different parts of the flower. And those flowers may be found into different areas of the world. But having those basic structure to all flowers, but may differ either in size or the position of them in those plants, shows that these organisms has also originated from common ancestor. They have originated from common ancestor, and the characteristics which used to explain the appearance of those plants is the so-called morphology characteristic. And the evidence is comparative morphology. Evidence number 4. Now let's go to evidence number 5. Evidence number 5 is known as biochemistry. Biochemistry. The evidence number 5 is called biochemistry, the study of biomolecular component present in the cell. Biochemistry is the study of biomolecules that are present in different cells. Organisms share biological chemical composition are considered to originate in the common ancestor. Biochemistry provides evidence that organisms may perhaps originated from common ancestor because those organisms may possess some components, some cell organelles, which are similar from one organism to another organism. For example, the possession of chlorophyll. We were expecting to see chlorophyll mostly in plants. But there are some bacteria which possess chlorophyll. Some green algae which have chlorophyll. Now, this tendency of having a common organelle, a common chemical component which is found within the cell into different organisms of different groups indicates that these organisms has originated from common ancestor, but due to environmental issues, due to environmental factors, led these organisms to diverse, to go and generate or grow some features which made them to be differentiated into different categories, though they possess common characteristic, the possession of some biological chemicals within their cells. The other biomolecules which we know and they can explain to us about evidence of organic evolution is the possession of DNA, possession of RNA into different organisms. And through this biochemistry, this gives to us a very strong evidence of organic evolution that it has happened and it is still happening till today. Yes, we have only 5 evidence of organic evolution to discuss. Let's recap a little bit. Yes, student at home, tell me those 5 evidences of organic evolution. Number 1, comparative anatomy. Good. Number 2, yes, comparative embryology. Number 3, yes, fossil records. Number 4, comparative morphology. Good. The last one, biochemistry. Yes. Now, take your time, write short notes on those 5 evidence of organic evolution. Write the short notes on those evidence of organic evolution. I wish you a good day. See you next time. Bye.
Elimu ni kazi. Let's study, be educated. Elimu ni kazi. Elimu ni kazi. Let's study, be educated. Elimu ni kazi.
Sisi ni Tanzania mpya.